What's going on, guys? Get123 here with more Grand Theft Auto 5, and today we have got some juicy, ever so juicy leaked information for Grand Theft Auto Online, and that is regarding the flight school that has been rumored for GTA Online for quite some time now. We've got some pretty legitimate information here from some really reputable hackers and leakers in the GTA community, and this time I really think we're onto something. I think what we are going to be talking about today is the newest DLC that will be coming out for Grand Theft Auto Online. So what is that exactly? Well, it is what is being called the San Andreas Flight School. So as you can tell by the name, it's all about flying. There are a lot of new additions coming to the game regarding flying, planes, parachutes, all that good stuff, missions, and we're going to go over all that in this video. But today, first, actually before I cover that, I want to tell you guys the potential release date for this DLC. Rather than saving it for the end, I'd rather get it out of the way now because I know I've got everybody's attention. Alright, so the release date. Obviously, it's not confirmed, but we've got some really important clues here that lead to the release date being this Tuesday, August 19th. So here's what's up. In America, this is something that most people don't really know, but in America, this Tuesday, August 19th, is National Aviation Day. National Aviation Day, as you can see here, is observed in the United States on August 19th each year to celebrate the history and development of the aviation. It coincides with the birthday of Orville Wright, who, together with his brother Wilbur, made significant contributions to powered flight. So there you can see a picture of them down below and their first airplane that they made and whatever. But that's what's really cool. We never knew, or at least I never knew, that National Aviation Day is Tuesday, August 19th, and what a coincidence. Patch updates come out on Tuesdays, DLCs come out on Tuesdays, and Aviation Day and the Flight School, Tuesday, everything lines up here. I think it's a very safe bet that the Flight School DLC will be coming out this Tuesday. So now that we've got the release date out of the way, we all know when it's coming out, why don't we talk about the details of this DLC and what it's going to include. So I'm going to be reading all this information from this picture here. I just want to mention that this information is from ECB2, one of the most reputable leakers in the Grand Theft Auto community. This guy has a great track record and he is not trolling us. I promise you, if this guy posts something, it is because he has evidence, he has proof, and he is fully confident that this is a legitimate leak and update. So with that out of the way, why don't we cover the first thing on the list. The first thing that it mentions is flight suits. So what exactly are these? Well, all it says really is that we're going to be getting a heroic new flight suit. Keyword being heroic there. What exactly does heroic mean? If I had to give you my guess, heroic, heroes in Grand Theft Auto, it's hard to say. Maybe that's like a Republican Space Invaders themed flight suit, but even then, what is a flight suit? Is that a wingsuit where, you know, it's like a gliding base jumping suit where you spread out your arms and legs and you kind of glide through the air? Or is it just flight gear that you wear in a plane? We don't really know yet, so that part of it's a bit of a mystery still, but either way, heroic, you know, that can't help but spark questions. Sounds pretty cool. Up next, we've got 10 new solo missions. It says, grab the stick of the fast and the nimble Western Besra training jet and push it to the edge of the envelope. Master absolute air superiority in 10 new solo missions that will make you comfortable in any pilot's danger zone, including combat maneuvering, low-flying challenges, formation flying, and more. In my opinion, that all sounds awesome. Formation flying in Grand Theft Auto has always been fun. I'll get on with my friends and we'll all steal jets or something along those lines, and we'll try to fly in formation, do things like that. And also, the low flying under bridges, things like that are always cool. So that sounds like a really cool new addition that I'm definitely pretty excited to see. So up next for the new additions, we have reserve parachutes and new parachute bags. And it says, hit the silk with a collection of new chutes and parachute bags, and if things get a little out of control, rely on the reserve parachute to give you a second chance at that soft landing, or use it to get creative with your precision dives. So that sounds pretty neat, something that I really wouldn't expect them to add. Obviously, you guys know, when people go skydiving in real life, they've always got their backup chute as a just-in-case type of thing, and personally, I never expected them to add that to Grand Theft Auto 5, but I guess it will be useful. I mean, how often do you parachute? You hit a building, your parachute goes away, and then you fall to your death. So having two parachutes will be kind of neat. It'll give us a little bit more control with our dives, as it says there, and new parachute bags, I assume that only means like new colors and stuff, so that's not too exciting, but regardless, it's still pretty neat. And lastly, the part that you guys have all been waiting for, in my opinion, the best part of this update, are the 4 new vehicles that are coming with this update. And there's a question mark next to the 4, so I guess it could be more or less, but all evidence right now leads to there being 4 new vehicles. It says, grab the stick of the fast and nimble Western Besra training jet and push it to the edge of the envelope, as I said before. So the Western Besra, what exactly is it? Well, it says it's a training jet, but besides that, we don't really know too much information, but that's just the start of it. We've still got 3 new vehicles. Up next, it mentions the luxury Swift Hilo, so that sounds pretty interesting. A luxury jet. Right now in Grand Theft Auto Online, we don't really have anything too luxury. The Luxors seems more like a luxury private jet, but hey, this says luxury Swift Hilo, so maybe this is going to be super luxurious. I don't really know what more they can do, but regardless, moving on, it says, or cram your entire squad into the new 16-seater Buckingham military jet for team transport in style. So that sounds really, really cool. We can finally fit an entire lobby of 16 people in one single plane, so I'm sure that's going to lead to a lot of fun times. As for the size of this jet, it's kind of hard to say. You know, I don't imagine this being like as big as a Boeing 747 or anything like that we see at the airport, because obviously those things can hold hundreds of people. A 16-passenger jet could still be relatively small. I mean, 16 people is not very many to fit on a plane in real life, so this could still be a rather small jet, maybe roughly the size of the Luxor, maybe a little bit bigger, but you know, don't go picturing anything too crazy. And lastly, for the final vehicle, it says later hit the streets in the shapely Invatero Coquette Classic, available in either hardtop or topless roadster variants. So the final one is going to be a new car, which I think is good. 4 planes would have been maybe a little bit too much, so they're throwing a new car at us. It doesn't sound obviously like a supercar. Unless, well, it says classic, so maybe it's going to be more of a muscle car. It's really a hard call to make until we, you know, actually see it for ourselves. So I don't want to make this video any longer. With that, guys, please tell me your opinions on all this in the comments below. Are you as excited as I am? I think this is going to be pretty neat. The only thing that really let me down here that I wanted to actually mention earlier in the video was that the Hydra is not included in this. So hopefully it's still a surprise. Hopefully there still will be a Hydra, but at this point it's looking bleak for the Hydra. So anyways, I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Please stay tuned for more videos in the future. I will see you next time.